Underground radio.
What does it mean to be underground? It means you gotta be free to be underground. Yo, you got your own key when you're underground. If you're listening to me, yo, you underground.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Connected with Cari here on Just TV, Just FM, Underground Radio. See, you know it. We're also live through the Just TV YouTube page, the Underground Radio C YouTube page. I should say channel. Why am I saying page? Because we are also live on the Facebook pages as well. If you're joining us there, welcome. We are also live through Roku 101. So you guys can go to your Roku TV, look for the 101 app, load it up on your Roku TV, and there we will be big, huge, and live. If you don't like your tiny phone, or if you don't like a computer, or if you're listening to us on the radio, great. Absolutely. And then there's NCG Television Network in Italy. So we are across the world going live. So we are global. With that, I know you guys have been tuning in every single week. Okay, well, not every single week. The weeks that you can make it. And I appreciate it. I love you guys for it. Because as you guys know, tonight I'm so excited to be starting season 12. So that's been a good 6 years of this space coming to you live every single weekend. And I appreciate you guys so much. So much. If you do want to be a guest on the show, please contact myself on Underground Radio C. You can go to my Facebook page and or you can email me radioc.contact@gmail.com. Now, I know you guys have been stalking the socials and you always see what's coming up. I post my little reels, I do the things, and you guys will know that I have a bit of a legend on the show tonight. So with that, as I always say to my higher ranking guests, to please come in and have some respect. If you guys have some comments, please put them below. If you have any questions, please put them in as well, and I will get to them as we go along through the show. If we don't get to them, I apologize in advance because we don't have a lot of time as there's another show after mine tonight. So we're going to try get into the nitty gritties because we're going to be about 35 minutes for our show tonight. So you guys already know who's on. It's going to be like an incredible person. If you don't know, without further ado, I will bring our guest in. Welcome to the show, Mr.
How are you?
Teddy Hart.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're
it's an
so
honor
welcome.
to be here. So nice to be able to talk to my fellow Canadians, especially Calgarians.
Right. It is so fun to have Canadians on the show and be able to support local, be able to have on somebody that's been around the city as much as I have, who also, you kind of like wrestling. I'm getting into wrestling. It's been a couple years. But I grew up with the legends, of course. Like I said, Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant. We had your big uncle there, Bret Hart, coming on stage. And Owen,
he's the best ever.
Right? And it's so incredible and amazing. I would love for you to formally introduce yourself.
So I am.
I
apologize. No,
it's okay.
Wait, I apologize.
No, it's okay. It's all right. Formally introduce yourself. And then if you want to go into a little bit about what it was like growing up under the name of Hart. Because as we know, that kind of comes with the leverage and it comes with, maybe some entitlement or maybe it just comes with, people looking at you going, we expect so much of you. So
it's a lovely, pressure's a good thing. It creates a diamond, and under too much pressure, obviously things crack. So with my family, my name is Teddy Hart. I'm Stu Hart's oldest grandson. So my mother is Bret Hart's sister and the late great Owen Hart. That's her brother also. And her sister's married Diana Smith, or Diana Hart married Davey Boy Smith. Her son is Harry. He's the first third generation wrestler to ever have a match when he was 8 years old at the Rocky Ford Rodeo. And that's where my brother, who had passed away from flesh-eating virus, had his first match, which inspired me and a lot of others after to follow in their footsteps and see if we could take the family name and bring it to another level on top of maintaining it and creating some more legitimate shoot fighters and guys that were pretty tough and very kind-hearted and good coaches, and were able to spread the message of my grandfather's style of living and treating people. And professional wrestling obviously encompasses that whole type of attitude, which is pay it forward and take care of your opponent, because it's a dance and a work to shoot type of thing. And some people don't know that about wrestling, but a lot of the stuff is planned, so it takes a whole nother level of choreographing, which people don't give us enough credit as actors or stuntmen, and then as athletes too. So it's a combination of many things, and being charismatic and a public speaker at the same time, and self-confidence in front of large crowds of people. You have to have your shtick down, which is what you say on the mic, and then also have your performance set up. So that's a lot of training. There's a couple of wonderful schools in Calgary. There's I'll give you guys a shout out after, maybe I can ask you, but I'm pretty sure Dungeon Wrestling did last night their show, and that was phenomenal. I think there was 1,200 people at the pavilion. That's the arena my grandfather originally started wrestling at in Calgary, and it's still there. I think it's the only building in North America that still basically hasn't changed much. Same building, same place, minor renovations made. So that show did really well last night. I want to shout out to my cousin Dallas, who's the owner and promoter of that show. He's my cousin. That's Bret Hart's oldest son. And he's done a really good job carrying on my grandfather's legacy and tradition, and doing the promoting, and which is probably more work than wrestling. And we did the ring crew yesterday, and they have a game tonight, and they're playing during the intermission, first period and second period, and the beginning before the game starts. I believe they're doing some stuff for the Calgary Hitmen game tonight at the Saddle Dome.
Wow.
So that should be really good. I'm excited to go see that. I'm going there right after I get off the podcast with you guys. And then I have a show coming up. It's formerly, so it was Next Generation Stampede Wrestling. We wanted to use that name. We decided to go with Hart Legacy instead. The Hart Legacy name has been really good. We've ran a few big shows. We're the only ones to sell out the pavilion, fully sell it out in the last 30 years, I believe. That was 1,800, 1,700, 1,800 people, 300 people outside standing, couldn't get in. And just trying to get that going again, because I've been gone for 10 years. So we've ran a few shows in between, but we've relaunched our company, and now it's Ignition Wrestling, I believe it's called. And that's going to be at the Legion. Let's just check my phone and see what Legion it's at. Unless you have any information on my show, I don't know if you do or not. But it's January 16th.
Yes, January 16th. And then I'm actually going to
Chapel
post
Hill
that
Legion,
up.
I think. Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. I really
I'm going to post that up. Yep, the Chapel Hill Legion. So 606 38th Avenue Northeast, and that's January 16th. For all of those that do want to go, again, I will post up, and the doors open at 6 o'clock, and the bell, ding, 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 rings at 7. That's like my bell. My bell rings at 7 as well. Look at that. And of course, to get your tickets, it's $15 in advance and then $20 at the door. Now, if they want to buy tickets in advance, where can they go to get those tickets?
Let me see if I can talk to my partner and see where she wants us to go.
Okay, because I only have like a QR code on the poster, so maybe they can scan it. Like if you guys ever, see the poster on your computers, scan it with your phone, you could probably get tickets that way. So, and or I suppose maybe Pulse Rush Productions. Maybe you guys can go look at that and see. So that is on the 16th, which is going to be incredible. And yours truly with Underground Radio C is going to be a sponsor for that show. So,
oh, you're going to be there. That's great.
Well, I'm hoping to be there. Otherwise,
we hope so too.
Yeah. Otherwise, well, I mean, I probably will most likely be there. I think I should be there. And maybe I'll drag along someone else who likes wrestling as well. Maybe I'll do that.
Well, we look forward to new people coming and experiencing wrestling for the first time. It's a pretty neat type of form of entertainment. I think I think it's highly addicting. It's why it's been on so long on TV, cable TV. I think wrestling's still the most popular show in North America, if not the world.
I think wrestling has really changed over the years, because I remember, growing up, and it was kind of like, oh, it's so violent, and, kids shouldn't be watching this, and, everything. But I found that over the few years that I've been watching it, it's really become more family based.
Totally.
Than it
WWE's
has.
WWE's done a great job with changing the direction of their show and the message of their show, making it a more PG-13 audience or kid friendly, and it's done tremendous numbers for them by doing that, planting the seed, say 10 years ago, and creating a bunch of stars and guys that were, I think the storylines and characters were more orientated for younger kids, superhero type of characters that feel, which is great. And hopefully gets kids some role models and people that they can aspire to be, and places that they can go train in their local cities to learn professional wrestling, or going to the gym, or taking martial arts or MMA stuff, so they can transfer over to pro wrestling when it's, I guess, convenient for them, or if that's something they want to do as a profession. That's an option for anybody now. That's why I hope we get some new fans, and then they turn into potential wrestling guys later on, and girls. A lot of girls in wrestling too now. WWE's done a really good job with the girls. Shout out to my cousin Natalia. She has a brand new book that just came out, and that, I think the book is one, I think, bestseller was for a while. I think it's a couple months old now, so looking forward to reading that on an audio book, probably while I drive back to Edmonton this week. So
That's
exciting
amazing.
for us. Yeah, she's done a really wonderful job. She's also third generation. Her dad was Jim Anvil Neidhart, tag team partner of Bret Hart, world tag team, two-time world tag team champions, maybe three. And just another phenomenal human being. Natty and Tyson Kidd, her husband, is my best friend from elementary school. So I've known him since he was 7 years old, I think. And he's raised by her family. Just an upstanding, real, just solid, salt of the earth type of person, and he takes care of all the girls in the wrestling there. He suffered a really bad injury, broke his neck, and somehow he was able to survive that. And on top of that, he was able to walk and never did become quadriplegic, which was an absolute miracle. So we just want to say again, thanks to having in our corner for all the guys looking to get into wrestling from Canada. He's a guy that's in a really good spot to help people move forward and to climb the ladder of kind of the system of what it takes to become a WWE star. And at least he's there and protecting our family name. And my cousin, again, she's the oldest employee I think they have. She has the most matches as a female. I think the most consistent matches too, without taking time off. And I believe she's the only girl, obviously not one, but two or four, potentially if it was a tag, I wasn't sure, to wrestle in Saudi Arabia without a headpiece, which is the first time ever happened in history of professional wrestling on this planet.
Amazing. That is so amazing. Take us through a little bit about your school. What is the school called, and when did you establish it?
So I run my own wrestling school for years. It was a kids wrestling school at BJ's gym. And then I went and started traveling around the world for independent bookings. And that was probably 20 years ago. So my school after that was basically wherever I was, I would take a few people under my wing and try to teach them about wrestling and about survival of wrestling, and what to do and how to make the airplanes and to get your meals prepped, and to be, I guess, as dangerous as you could be in a good way to getting this project accomplished, which is worldwide distribution of your name, product, and message and character. So the kids wrestling school was put on hold for a while, and now we've reopened. So I have to just see one thing here. Workhorse Fitness and Performance School is the one that I'm giving basically my time to now. There's a few other schools that have come and gone, but this is probably the nicest school in North America. I would think definitely for facility wise, for quality and cleanliness, and just everything in there is world class. They have another school that's opening up. I think it has opened up now in Lebanon. So that's phenomenal. And I think there's some expansion possibilities for different countries coming up, and I'll let you guys, obviously maybe you'll be back on another time in the future. I can let you guys know more about the details. But the Workhorse Fitness and Performance School is open for kids, and I think they have adult classes every night, and looking at renovating, I think possibly for dorms and living quarters for guys that are wanting to come internationally, which we have a big amount of guys internationally that have expressed interest in coming up and learning professional wrestling again. One of my students is Ali Farhat. He's done a really good job promoting his school and promoting himself and being able to go to the Middle East and open up the first school in Lebanon. I think he's got 35 students down there, full school, all really good looking, hungry guys in good shape. And hopefully the message of wrestling, which is really, again, take care of your opponent which is take care of your friend or brother, sister on this planet, and make sure you guys are healthy. And the healthier you are, and the better you guys are to each other, the better the match becomes. So it's kind of it's a tricky thing. It looks like you're against the person, but you're actually working as a team, a well-oiled machine to make a certain story or to get a message across or to tell, the struggle of the good and bad fight. That's usually a lot of what the character development is. One guy's a bad guy, one guy's a good guy, one guy's a heel, one guy's a baby face, they call it. And just hard work, time, perseverance, consistency of behavior. Those are things we preach, and being humble, but also confident, but not a cocky, ass type of attitude. Just, I guess, and tough too. These guys are really tough. These kids and guys and girls, they learn everything. It's gymnastics based, MMA based, martial arts obviously kind of encompasses that. But going to the gym's a big deal too, and also being able to follow instructions and choreographing and remembering the stuff that you learn, and then going out there and performing it in the same order or sequence, because both guys kind of have a set plan on what they want to do out there, and then some things are called on the fly audibles, but a lot of it's how well you plan your match in the back, which gives people opportunities to really tell a story and put 3 hours into a match. The match is probably going to be that much better. You put 30 minutes into a match, it's like, I guess, writing a script to a movie. The more time and energy and effort you spend on making that good, probably the higher quality is going to come out on the other end for the fans to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I know there's been quite a few interesting storylines, and there's always, I don't know, sometimes I see a fight, someone gets hurt, and then it's so believable that you're like, okay, did they really get hurt or did they not get hurt? So I just have one question, because how can, I don't know if this is giving away secrets, but you can answer or you don't have to, but how can we, as the audience or someone watching from home, whatever, how can we tell if it's an actual, like, somebody really, really, really got hurt, or if it's part of the storyline?
I can't even say that, because I don't know sometimes if they do get hurt or not until I would call somebody in the back maybe and find out after, if the show's over, how bad was it. And sometimes it's worse than you think it is, and they just don't know the severity, or they're just pretending, and that's their job, is to act like it's called selling. And their selling ability was, like, I guess, selling the injury. So,
because they do a good job.
That's one of the arts to wrestling, or key variables to wrestling, is how good you make someone else look, and how good you can act like you're hurt. So the comeback means something, or the story of that guy really kicking the crap out of you is told properly, so people in the audience you get a clear message on what's going on. Again, this is like it's intricate wrestling, a lot more intricate than people think. A lot of details and little secrets and tricks that over the years get you better and better. We were lucky to have Bret Hart as the greatest guy in the world. Best there is, best there was, best there ever will be, in the excellence of execution. Basically putting this beautiful path in front of us, and then a lot of stuff happened in between, with my Uncle Owen passing away, and Bret's had a lot of stuff happen with him and his career, and being probably, I would say, screwed over pretty badly by the WWE, which wasn't cool. But they did take some credibility for their actions, and apologized publicly, and inducted him to the Hall of Fame 3 times in the last 20 a couple of years. I think it's been 22 years, something like that. I forget how long, maybe a little longer. But it just, Owen Hart was phenomenal too in that situation. That hurt our family a lot, losing him. So that was some motivation, and things we had to get back to a certain level. And I think after 20 years plus of dealing with death, and possibly the name going in a different direction, and things were brought back. And Dungeon Wrestling's done a great job, and I think same with Hart Legacy, of keeping fans in Calgary especially happy, and that we're not giving up, and that we do run one of the greatest wrestling productions, shows, mindset of how to do this for other people that want to come up here and replicate it or change it. But there's a certain game plan or blueprint or floor plan that's always the same, and then the rest are just things you tweak. And I think the Hart name itself has that type of experience and that type of notoriety, also worldwide recognition for being some of the best guys to ever come out of wrestling, or came out of Calgary, or came out of the Dungeon Wrestling School that my grandfather had in his house. And we'd like to replicate that opportunity for guys if they're coming up to train, and also have a show with Hart Legacy or Ignition Wrestling, that it's a building blocks for kids, younger kids, that want to get into this, and a place for them to learn their craft, and so they don't get humiliated in front of huge crowds because they don't know what they're doing. Somebody had to learn how to skate. Wayne Gretzky had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson, I'm sure, had a place where he wasn't that good at first either, but people pick it up in the coaching, and it depends on your level of commitment to the sport. And to any goal out there, it's just a matter of practice makes perfect, and repetition of all these things that we think we probably know better than anybody else. So they're going to make you an expert at professional wrestling, and someone that fans want to see and guys want to get trained by, and people like and respect, and girls and guys sometimes want to emulate.
Yeah. Did you have a role model other than your nephew, like other than your family? Was there anybody else that like you really looked up to and you're like, I love their morals, or I love their whatever?
I really looked up to Rey Mysterio Jr. He was amazing. I was in Mexico for years, and he helped me get a job down there. There's another guy named Conan who was one of the agents for WCW, also a wrestler, came to Calgary originally, Cuban, Lebanese, I think, Spanish, Puerto Rican guy, and just a wonderful guy, tough as nails. And he was my coach, and he came to Calgary first, so it was like a favor later to my grandfather and the family to let me go down to Mexico and work. So I got to see a lot of guys down there, and I looked up to some of the guys like there's Blue Demon and Santos and Mills Mascaris and different guys that are big, huge stars down there, and they never take their mask off. You never knew what they look like. And that's a commitment to the game. Even if they're showering with the mask on, they're going home with the mask on. You never know what they look like for real.
But Ray did. Ray took off his mask.
He did. I'm glad you know that. Yeah, Ray did take off his mask, which was really a big deal. And then he got to put it back on because I think he really is the greatest Mexican wrestler ever and has sold more merchandise than anyone, I think, in wrestling history. He's got to be right up there, top 3. So just the way he did it, he always had really nice outfits and cool moves, innovation, constantly changing and stuff. Not the same stale routine over and over and over again. So fans start to know when it becomes predictable. There's a certain cool to being predictable at times, but it's the order after. I think he set it up. So John Cena might do the same 8 moves, just depending on how he sets them up and does them. And same thing with Bret. A lot of these guys have. So I wanted to do more than even them. So it was one of the things that pushed me was how good they were, the pressure to be better or different, but in a different scale, and to be as impressive as possible while you got to watch it, because of the people that I think are watching up in heaven. Want to make sure they're proud, and all the people that are on this planet that are still alive that really paved the way for the Hart family name to take off and be so powerful in this country. And on a world scale, the Hart name is one of the biggest names in wrestling history, and synonymous with so much greatness, but a lot of sadness too. So again, as a role model, walking, talking, don't be a hypocrite, and just remember that. I hope, my prayer is that there's another level out there after death, and that you're going to earn that spot and earn the respect of the people that are now in God's hands, and they can see everything at the same time. So I hope that they're proud of us, and that we can continue to break records and to build a company and to get back to my grandfather's level. Hopefully we have 2 major wrestling companies in Calgary that are going to be not competing, but hopefully working to enhance each other, because competition in some capacity is always going to be something that creates excellence. And again, shout out to my Stacey Angel and Rashi from, I think it's, sorry guys, I have a good memory, but some of these companies are new companies for me. So
I'm the same. It's okay. I'm like, what guest do I have on tonight? Oh yes, right. It's okay. When you speak of, those that are passing away, it kind of also reminds me of those great wrestlers who leave, the Wrestling Federation. So
these died?
Oh,
possibly. Yeah, they died.
Oh, can you hear
My
me?
Bluetooth headphones just died.
Okay, can you hear me still?
I can hear you just enough. If you can hear me, I can hear you just enough.
Oh, I can hear you. You're good and loud. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
So, okay. I was just going to ask you, you're saying how our loved ones pass away or great ones pass away. And it's also that sort of same feeling when great ones retire from the wrestling scene. So how do you feel about when wrestlers have to retire? How does that really make you feel? And do you see why they're doing it?
The question was, what do you when they pass away?
When wrestlers are leaving, like when they retire,
Oh, yes.
it's a similar feeling as when they kind of almost pass away, right?
Yeah.
So what are your feelings on those that do retire from wrestling?
I feel bad. It's an addiction, and it's something that you can do when you're older. So passing on your career, I guess passing the torch to the next guy is an important thing. Also, though, it's important to remember these guys, what they did in their careers, 30 years. Some of these guys, 35 years they've been wrestling for. So it's sad at the same time. Hopefully when something goes in that direction, something else comes out in the other direction, which is a new guy and space for guys to grow and have an opportunity to tell their own story and to also respect the story that was told in the past by the guy that left him left the road behind him. And it's still a nice road to be on. A lot of good wrestlers have made wrestling to that level and such a popular sport with such a worldwide respect that wrestling's at an all-time high right now. So I think it's nice to see guys move over and move on, but it's also sad to see someone that you may not be able to watch again after, all these years. You get addicted to their character.
Yeah, absolutely. Was there one specific wrestler that you were addicted to and you were like, don't ever leave?
I never wanted Bret to leave, and Owen Hart, those guys, it was tough seeing them get off TV because they were there for so long and brand names and just class acts, and did a wonderful job carrying on the name in the city and Alberta and Canada on their backs over 30 years, 40 years. So I just think probably, guys, for me, I really think poor Chris Benoit, that's terrible what happened to him, but I think as a wrestler and from what I saw as a father and person, that was a really nice guy, and obviously the concussions and the head bumps and stuff made it bad for him, and it wasn't a good ending for his family and that whole situation. But he came from Calgary or Edmonton and was one of the greatest wrestlers to ever come out of the dungeon, and I did look up to the way he wrestled, and it was really sad when that happened to him. That was that, and Owen Hart dying and Davey Boy Smith dying, basically because it was during their time, their prime. So it was pretty sad to see that happen. But again, getting over sadness and moving forward and making something happen while you move forward and staying motivated and driven and goal orientated, and instructions that people give you, follow them, and that allows you to get to the next level. So you're another guy that I want to see in the future, and hopefully you'll be another guy I never want to see retire. Can you stop talking, please? Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
I got the kids in the car for the hockey game right now. So.
Oh, I see. Hi, kids. Okay, well, we won't take much more of your time. So what is like the best age, do you think, for kids to get into wrestling?
I think
if
probably,
they want to start training and doing it full force.
Honestly, 5 years old, 6 years old, I think is something that kids can start learning right away about professional wrestling. The lessons of not beating the hell out of each other and learning how to be accurate with your strikes. Also with the message of getting a reaction for violence, but it's not really violence. It's the skill of making it look like you did hurt somebody, but you didn't. And that's an art. And that's something I think that can be passed on to the whole world as information on violence has really no, unless you're self-defense or you're protecting somebody or, you're fighting for your life or you're in a war, an army environment, being a tough guy. I think women are pretty tough that have babies. And I think guys that wake up every morning at 6 a.m, 7 a.m, and work construction jobs, and any job out there is tough, but there's certain things, those guys, I take their hat off to about how tough life is. So if you can get these lessons instilled in kids to get up early in the morning and to eat, sleep, and train, and to be goal orientated and present about what's going on in the world to a certain level, and also with the future of where they want to be. So you give them a goal and how to get there, a nice easy road and a map and the rewards along the way. And it gives them something to be motivated for, that they don't have to worry about not being able to make it, like hockey, soccer, basketball, football. There's a certain level and age where, if you're not in a certain area or team at that time, you're probably never going to make it professionally, which is sad. And I think it breaks a lot of guys' spirits when they turn 15, 17, 18. They've been playing hockey their whole life, or football or basketball, and all of a sudden they get the old, it's too late. You're too old now, and there's no more leagues for you to play in. Wrestling gives guys, from 5 to 50 type of longevity potential and something to do more than anything, a purpose in life, which is one of the most underrated things, is giving someone a really good purpose and making them feel good about what they did and how they got there, and the lessons and rules that it took to be successful are something you can practice and preach to kids. And I think it'll make them better. The world, actually, in general, boys and girls, bigger, faster, stronger, smarter human beings on this planet, so we can all live together in harmony and peace and have fun. And the better you do, the better. So there's no such thing as an enemy either to me. Any enemy is a friend you haven't made yet. Opportunity is something you take when you have chances, which is free choice to say hi to somebody, be kind to someone, pass information on that's valuable, or save someone some time or a headache. And that's all just general kindness. And it takes an extra 5 seconds, guys, to be nice, smile, and try to listen to somebody when they talk and expect the same back when you speak to them. And those are things, again, with wrestling, is listening skills are very important, and communication is a key to this world's survival, and to carry on in this form with technology moving forward and the evolution of people. Again, going back to the simplest things, you got 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 1 mouth. So listen double as much and look around before you say something. And when you say something, make it count, because you can only say things once. And if you say things nicely, the first time they usually hear you instead of being repetitive. And that's something you waste time at if you have to say things over and over again, or you're not communicating to a level where they understand you. Again, wrestling, that type of environment and that type of training makes people way better communicators and better listeners. So, and then it makes them generally more organized and tough and goal oriented, which are all things that I think encompass being successful in this society, which is a very fast moving competitive society with all sorts of people coming in from other countries to compete for whatever jobs we have here, including wrestling.
Amazing. Thank you so very, very much, Teddy, for coming on. I'm going to let you go because I know you're going to get to the game now. So,
well, I really appreciate you talking to me, and hopefully you could give us some good luck and say a prayer for us, and we all have a great show. Nobody gets hurt, and everything's safe and fun, and we can continue to run shows. I think our next show's in February after that, guys. So January 16th, Chapel Hall, Legion. If you could give the address one more time or put something on there, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, I'm going to post it up, and then I'll put all the information there, and then then people can go and they can check it out. So wonderful. Thank you so very much, Teddy. Please wish you and yours also a happy new year, and thank you for your time as well, because time is very precious. And so thank you to your kids for this time as well, and please drive safely to the game.
No problem.
Enjoy the game as
God
well.
Bless you guys. This is a goatee, guys. It's not tattooed on my face, just in case. I know it's kind of weird to see it if you don't look at me closely. It's like that I didn't get any tattoos, no tattoos on my body, thank God for me. But just, again, thank you for having us, or having me, and allowing me to talk about my wonderful company and the people I work with. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Rashi. Thank you, Darlene. And Marcello, really appreciate you guys in my corner. And all the guys that I have back in Edmonton, thanks so much for taking care of me. Mo and Danny and Neil and Tylee, all these people that have really worked hard for my little team to get this show up and going. God bless you guys, the audience out there. Thanks for listening. I think you're a wonderful lady from what I can see, and hopefully you have success and we get to meet again in the future in person.
Thank you so very much, Teddy. Have a great night, and we'll see you probably on the 16th. All right.
Perfect.
Bye.
I'll have a shirt for you down there signed.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Good night.
Okay. You have a wonderful night. Again, God bless you guys.
God bless. Okay. Bye. Well, there we have it. Another Connected with Cari here on Just TV Jazz FM Underground Radio C. I do believe that it kind of cut off over on Just TV's side. That's okay. The full episode is still going here on Underground Radio C YouTube page. We are there. With that, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you guys next week for another Connected with Cari. Thank you again to the Hart Foundation, to Teddy Hart, for coming on this evening. Again, like, time is money, money is time. And of course, his time with his family is super important. So thank you to him, to his staff, to his team. Again, there's another event coming up on the 16th. I will post that up and you guys can go check that out. With that, make sure you guys have a safe, wonderful weekend. Make sure you guys stay connected. Good night.